The United States of America, up 36.2 billion in arms sales to the entire world. That includes mercenary groups and terrorist organizations. That means the United States of America arms 50% of the world. Okay, combine all of the federal firearms license dealers like myself and so many other gun store owners in America. Combine all of our sales for the last 4 years. Who sold more guns in this country, us or Obama? Exactly. Got something I want to read to you. This came from a Time magazine article that talks about the U.S. still being the #1 supplier of all arms to the world. And this is under the Obama administration. Arms sales by the U.S. jumped 35%, or nearly 10 billion, up to 36.2 billion in 2014, according to the Congressional Research Service Department and their records. Trailing the U.S. in weapons receipts is Russia with 10.2 billion in sales, following Sweden with 5.5 billion, France with 4.4 billion, and China with 2.2 billion. The United States of America, up 36.2 billion in arms sales to the entire world. That includes mercenary groups and terrorist organizations. That means the United States of America arms 50% of the world. And if you understand how a subculture and a black market works on top of that, you're gonna have 20% in additional sales that are on the black market pushed by the same suppliers. So when somebody talks to me about the Obama administration being anti-gun, how is it possible that he's anti-gun, anti-pro Second Amendment, when all the money that he's generating for himself in the country is off the sale of arms? How are we up the highest amount of arms sales in this country that we have ever been in history? That's just as of 2014 on a global standpoint. And then we look at the civilians in this country who just want to arm themselves to protect themselves and say they shouldn't have guns. This does not make sense to me. If Obama is actually so against firearms, then he would be reducing and stopping the sale of arms. But him writing out the receipt in the checkbook for something like this administration is so pro-gun that Obama has actually taken on the name of gun salesman of the century, gun salesman of the year. Why? Because arms, both on a global scale and on a local scale for us as gun store owners and FFL dealers, have had dramatic increases over these years that he's been in office. Thank you, Mr. President. Best arms dealer in the world.